Hello everybody, Slim Kirby here. Welcome to the second game of the NES Marathon. I'm going to be playing through a classic called Double Dragon. Double Dragon was actually initially an arcade game that was also later ported to the NES, the Genesis, and it obviously had a bunch of sequels as well. It even had a game that starred the characters of Double Dragon and the characters of Battletoads called Battletoads and Double Dragon. So it's a very well-known franchise, but I'm sure it's very, very odd for me, of all people, to pick this game for part of the NES Marathon. And part of the reason why I did is I remember doing a series of challenges back in the day. This was like 3 or 4 years ago with Faye Kitty and one of her friends. And for one of the challenges, we picked Double Dragon. I think that video is even still up on my channel somewhere. But the point is, I played through it, and I was actually really, really enjoying it. And I think in the video I said I would like to do a Let's Play of this sometime. So here it is. This is going to be that Let's Play. I figured this would be the perfect time to actually play this for the NES Marathon, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to be playing through the NES version of Double Dragon. So as you can see, we have some options here. You can play this game 1 or 2 players. There's also a Mode B, where Mode B is actually not the game. It's more of a Street Fighter-esque type of game where you can either fight the character you pick, or you can fight one of the other characters and have someone else playing also pick one of the characters. But for the purpose of this playthrough, I'm just going to be doing Mode A. At the end, I might show a little bit of Mode B just to give you an idea of what it is, but that's essentially all I'm doing. There's not really any major reason for me to show that. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started here. The story of this game is some jerk punches a lady and then runs off with her. The story is actually a little more intricate than that. Basically, you're playing as a character named Billy Lee, and if you play as the 2-player, the second player controls his twin brother, Jimmy. They're also called Hammer and Spike in some other adaptations. But yeah, you have to rescue your girlfriend Marion, who was kidnapped by the Black Warriors gang, and that's who we're basically who we're fighting right now. So yeah, very basic plot. Don't really need to go into a whole lot of detail there. As far as controls, very basic controls. You move around with the D-pad. You can press the A button to punch. You can press the B button to kick. And you can actually execute different types of combos, but in order to get those combos, you have to unlock them by increasing your hearts. As you can see, there's a little heart meter at the bottom left, where after you get 1,000 points, you'll get 1 extra heart. And the more hearts you have, the more interesting moves you can actually do. So that's pretty much how this system works. I'm gonna be a little disrespectful here and punch these ladies. I know that doesn't seem like the nice, noble thing to do, but this is a fighting game. Keep that in mind. These are members of the gang who have done bad things, so I think it does kind of justify it a little bit, since they even are attacking me straightforward. So this does not mean I'm mean to women or anything like that. Get your facts straight. This is a video game, after all. It's a video game where pretty much fighting and beating up is encouraged. So there are a few other moves too. If you double tap either the left or right button, you can do a headbutt, which is very, very weak, doesn't do a whole lot of damage. And once you get your second heart, you can actually execute punch combos and kick combos. Where at the very end of each combo, you'll do an uppercut if you're punching, and you'll do a low kick if you're kicking. So that's how that pretty much works. You can also grab certain items to help you beat up your opponents. These guys right here, they're called ropers, I believe. Basically, each type of enemy has a name. The first guys we fought were called Williams, I think. And the girls here, they're called Lindas. And the guys we just beat up who were throwing boxes and barrels, those were Roper, as I said. Okay, so can you drop that? Thank you. But yeah, the items you can pick up can be very useful. They do a lot of damage, but you can only use them for a short period of time, so keep that in mind. So let's see. Okay, we gotta fight more Lindas. Or really just... Oh, there's another one. Never mind, I thought it was just one more, but nope, we got another one. Die, die, go down. And there we go. Oh, one more. And we also reached our third heart, which means now we can execute the jump kick. Jump kick is pretty powerful, but you can kind of leave yourself open if you use it at the wrong time, so you gotta be very, very careful about that. So here are the Roper guys again. I'm just gonna do this jump kick. Oh man, even that guy got a jump kick in. And then we have our first boss here. This is Abobo. You've probably heard Abobo before if you've played some other games. Abobo, I think, is kind of a joke character. As you can see, he's not dead yet. You can actually knock him down into this pit, which I'm trying to do, but it is risky, because if you fall down that pit, you will lose a life completely, and you do not want to do that. Okay, one more kick should do it. Actually, have I showed off this kicking combo yet? Okay, that was the low kick, basically. It doesn't look too different, but that's pretty much what it is. Abobo also has a lot of damage. There's a move we'll be getting a lot later that'll really, really weaken them and do a lot of damage to them. But we do not have that move yet. So we're moving on to Mission 2. More of the Roper enemies. Ooh, that was close. The Roper enemies are kind of just like the basic enemies, but they can throw boxes and heavy barrels. They're kind of the muscular guys. They might do a little more damage too. But yeah, you can play this. You can play Double Dragon on a variety of platforms. You can get this on the Wii Virtual Console, which is what I'm playing this on. And also, you can play this on the Sega Genesis. There is a Sega Genesis version. Although I will say, in my own honest opinion, the Sega Genesis version's a lot harder than the NES version. It looks better graphically, the Genesis version, but as far as the gameplay is concerned, I really love the NES gameplay. It just feels a lot smoother to me. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can... Yep. The bat guys are really annoying, which is why I immediately got him to drop that bat, because I do not want to deal with that. Okay, shoot, I'm going to go a little further, because I don't want to fall in this pit right here. The bat does pretty good damage, especially to these guys. Also, yeah, watch out for the dynamite. The dynamite can be really, really deadly and take out a lot of health. Which, do not want to deal with that. Thankfully, every time you finish a level, you do get some health back, so that's nice. So hopefully I don't have to worry about it too much. But as far as the level 4 move you get, you probably saw me use it before a little bit. I'm not going to use it right now, though. I'm going to use it against the boss. But basically, you get a hair grab, where you basically grab an enemy by a hair. You use that by pressing the kick button at a distance. And if you do it, you'll grab the enemy's hair, and then if you press the kick button again, you can do kind of a kneeing attack. You can knee him in the stomach, and that does a lot of damage. Or you can even throw them, which the throw is very, very valuable. I definitely recommend doing that if you have the chance. So here we got more Lindas. I'm just going to ignore this one, because I do have a time limit, so I want to make sure I'm sticking to that. Also kind of want to use the whip if I can on this boss. Oh, looks like I'm going to have to fight Linda here. Die. And die. Sorry, just business. Okay, so here I go. I'm going to try to use the throw combo. I gotta do it from a distance. I'm not doing it, though. There it goes. Die! Threw you off the building. I love doing that. Very good way to very quickly take care of that guy. Okay, here we go with Mission 3. Mission 3 introduces guys who throw knives. The knives can be very, very dangerous. You want to really look out for them, because they do about the same amount of damage as the stick of dynamite, so basically a huge chunk of damage that you really, really don't want to have on your character, so you gotta be very, very careful. The best thing you can do is lure an enemy into using the knife, and then just getting out of the way as he's throwing it. That's like the best thing you can do, I feel like. Okay, we got it, you're a jerk. Die! Okay, so next we have these guys. These guys can be a real pain. We do have a new move, which I should probably talk about. We have the pin down, where basically you can pin down an enemy and give it a few extra punches and a little extra damage, which is nice. But I feel like it's not really the best move, because if an enemy has a lot of health, they're actually pretty resistant to it, and they'll push you out of the way. Which makes sense. I mean, if you're like still have energy and someone tries to sit on top of you, you're not going to want them to get on you to do their thing, so I guess it does make sense, but still, it's annoying. Thankfully, I'm doing a lot of damage to these guys as it is, so I'm not letting them do their thing. I probably could have pinned down that guy right there. I can definitely pin him down if he doesn't die. Nope, he died. Okay. So, coming up here, we have actually the first instance of platforming in Double Dragon. You're probably thinking, platforming? Isn't this a fighting game? Why do we have to deal with platforming? Well, we do. Gotta jump over this bridge, dodge that guy, and then hit him with a bat. That's pretty much it, though. There are other more elaborate platforming sections, but I wouldn't say they're anything really that difficult. Basically, whenever you jump, you kind of just jump straight up. But if you hold left or right, you can jump in a certain direction. Okay, so we have these guys, the ropers, I believe they're called. Ouch. That's annoying. Stop doing that. Dude, come on. Die. Now, one thing I'm not really excited about is we're not going to have my next move by the time we get to the ending part of this section, where the next move would be really, really helpful. But I'll do what I can. Because next up we have not one, but two Abobos. And this is tricky because you kind of have to, if you don't have that move I'm talking about, you kind of have to use the jump kick, which may or may not be helpful. Again, it kind of depends. If you can do it fast enough, yeah, the jump kick will work, but you gotta make sure you do not get countered while you're doing this. But again, the move you can get is really, really good against these guys, so if you can grind it up here, that'd be really, really nice, but again, you take a lot of damage from these guys. Kind of hoping these guys go down. Please, please, please. There it is. That was the elbow. Where basically, if an enemy's behind you, you can use the elbow and just, like, knock them down. But you have to do it at just the right time. Oh my god, I barely survived. Oh my god, I can't believe I survived that. And that's really, really good, because as soon as we go in here, we'll get our health restored, so we're still sitting pretty, for the most part. But I really hate this part right here because you have to dodge stalactites, and much like the knife and dynamite, these things do a lot of damage, so you want to be very, very careful. I'm not gonna lie, this is where I'd really, really hope to have save states. Or something to that effect. Okay, we have more Double Dragon platforming here. Like I said, just press A and B at the same time. Do not move the control pad unless you have to. Right here I can move it and make it over here. Perfect. Okay, so there we go. We've made it past that. Now we have to do a quick little fight. Nothing too extravagant, just have to fight against these guys. And the best part is, once you beat this, I think you get another heal too, so that's also really good. So these guys can do as much damage as they want. I don't care. As long as I don't die. That's all that really matters right now. So there's me using that elbow. I love those strikes where we actually both fall down at the same time. That's hilarious. Okay, so let's go in here. Looks like we got more people with dynamite. And when they have dynamite, I do not want to deal with them, so I'm gonna do what I can to stay away. Seems like they get dynamite whenever they go off camera, so that must be where they have their stash or something. There we go. Okay, so let's keep moving. Oh no, we have a pit of despair. We're fine. We're fine. See, that wasn't that bad, game. That wasn't that bad. Oh, but that though, that was not fun. Stupid stalactites. Okay, well, I'm not gonna do that anymore. Oh, look, green Abobo. Thankfully, though, we have the elbow, which does a lot of damage, like I already stated. It's like a Bobo got hulked out here. Thankfully, though, I think we just have to beat this guy and we're good. Yep, we're good. Let's go in. Oh boy, this is still not over. My god. We have still other places to go. And more things to do. Linda's back. I don't know where I'm going. I'm kind of scared about finding out. Ouch. Dude. There, get out. Get off of here. More? Can I go in here? No, I can't go in here. I think that's just where they're coming from, so not really a lot I can do about that. I think this is the castle we're gonna end up at. I think it is.